Thank you very much, Mr. President, Chairman Hanson, members of the National Commission on ICE Misconduct and Violation of the 14th Amendment, and members of this distinguished panel. Welcome to Atlanta and the 5th Congressional District of Georgia. I must tell each and every one of you that I'm delighted to welcome you here. I'm delighted to be here. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank your great union. And thank every member of this panel, the commissioner, for all that you're doing. Thank you for getting what I call in the way. When I was growing up in rural Alabama many years ago, and I asked my mother, my father, my grandparents, my great-grandparents about segregation and racial discrimination, when I saw those signs that said white men, colored men, white women, colored women, white weighted, colored weighted, they told me not to get in the way. Don't get in trouble. But sometime there come a time when people must get in the way and get in trouble, in good trouble. Stand up for basic human rights. It is true, and I'm leaving my prepared statement. Maybe I'll come back to it. But, it is right that a few short years ago, I did go on the immigrant freedom ride because I felt it was important to be identified with the immigrant workers in America, to welcome them to Washington, and to get on a bus and travel and hear the stories that people told me as we traveled to New York. And I felt it was important to be here today. Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, I want to thank you for inviting me to be here. This is the best place to be. I'm glad I'm here. We all come from some place. It doesn't matter whether we're black or white, or Hispanic, or Asian American, or Native American. We're one people, we're one family, we're one house, and we all live in the same house. It doesn't matter that our forefathers and our foremothers came to this great country in different ships. We're all in the same boat now. Just go to the gas line. We all are paying the same price for gas, right? Let me get back to this. During the birth of this great nation, a man who would one day be president declared that ours should be a government of laws and not of men. For centuries, this concept embodied most noble the Bill of Rights was considered a sacred principle of our democracy. But you and I have lived through a dark hour, a dark period in American history. We have seen a time when the very foundation of our democracy have been shaken to the core. And today, through your work and through this series of hearings, we find we must ask ourselves a fundamental question. Is the federal government today a government of men or a government of laws? In the civil rights movement, we had to stand up against legalized injustice and racial discrimination. But we look to the federal government, to our national government, as a sympathetic referee in the cause of civil rights and social justice. But because of changes in the law, changes justified by the Attorney General, sanctioned by the White House, and adopted into law by the United States Congress, some citizens of the United States now live in fear. They are afraid that the federal agents might storm their jobs, round them up, require them to prove their citizenship, and hold them in bondage without a warrant for their arrest or guarantee of a trial. This is not right. It is not fair. It is not just. You have come to Atlanta today to render this nation a great service. You have come here to help us answer a central question of our time. And through this process of public hearing and documentation, maybe, just maybe, we'll find a way to return to the the fertile ground where this nation was first planted. Maybe, just maybe, we will remember that government is not an end unto itself, but its greatest role is service to her people. I wish for you the very best. Fruitful discussion and gathering of public opinion. I look forward to the benefit of your report when it's delivered to the halls of Congress. I will be there, standing up, speaking up, and speaking out. This is a historic time for you to be here. I said a few years ago, when I was trying to get people registered to vote from Virginia to Texas, we had a little poster that had something like, hands that pick cotton cannot elect public officials. And this poster had one hand with a man picking cotton and the other hand was placing a ballot in a ballot box. At this juncture in our history, the hands that pick cotton, that pull corn, gather the peanuts, gather tomatoes, cucumbers, lettuce, the hands that sold the clothes, these same hands with other hands are about to elect the next president of the United States. We get a new president, get more right members in the Congress, we're going to change things, and we're going to see that the rights, the basic rights of people are not violated. So don't give up. Don't give in. Keep your faith, keep pushing, and keep pulling. We're going to change things. Change is on the way. Thank you very much for being here.